Gotta be looking at the camera, not the fucking monitor. Camera, not monitor. Camera, not monitor. Camera, not monitor. Camera, not monitor. Hi, I am Sissy, your favourite chaotic witch and medium and clairvoyant Clairaudian. Basically someone who reacts to paranormal shit and calling shit out, telling you what's happening, telling you what is bullshit. Basically, today, as you know, again, reacting to the Lizzie Borden House. But last week's streaming / video, it didn't get fucked up. I just didn't realize how fucking low the volume would be at those videos. So people on YouTube, you can watch me like reacting to the two mediums reacting to someone called 𝐵𝐸 𝐶𝐻 House. That is on stream. I'll have it like linked down below. But I will not be uploading on YouTube because whatever I do, even if I just put the volume on fucking the highest it's ever fucking been, it's still, you can't hear shit. Yeah. So any further ado, you know, because I talk a lot, I realize, and when people is like, I don't want to hear like a 10-minute fucking intro, I wouldn't want to. So let us get straight into this. Basically, okay. Now, one, you have to get just act like the fan is not in the background, really, because if I don't have it on, I will die. I have to have the window closed because there's lots of noise outside, so you don't want me to die, do you? Second, if you're new here, you gotta know that I like eating during the streams, videos, whatever. It's a stream first of all, and then it's becoming a video. So if I say streams, it's the same fucking thing. Okay. Why is that so creepy? Who chose this? Oh wow. What the fuck? Hi, what's that called me? Still looks creepy. Whoa.
So allegedly, on August 4th, 1892, Lizzie Borden killed her stepmom with an axe.
We come into this world screaming, and most of us go out screaming.
The entire light disappeared, just like a giant, big object moved.
You're stronger than this thing is. It can't touch you unless you let it touch you.
What the fuck? All signs point to Lizzie as the murderer, but a lot of people don't talk about the maid, Maggie.
There is a spiritual war going on 24/7 between good and evil.
All of us, when we least...
And does it say the same thing over and over in everything they're going to? Does it say the same thing at the 𝐶𝐻 House? There's a constant battle going on between good and evil. Wow. Sorry.
expected are gonna die.
Who's gonna die? Who expects is gonna die? What?
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Today we are here with Katrina, Stas, and our new friend Amanda,
Bueno.
who is actually a medium.
Hey you guys, my name is Amanda Ray, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a medium, which means that I can see and speak to people who have passed on. This has been something that I've been doing since before I was even really able to speak.
She can see and
before we get into it, remember in like other videos that I've said Amanda is biased based on the Christianity, and I'll give you like a very personal example as to why I'm saying that, right? I won't give names, I'm just gonna, you know, say what happened. Me and my best friend, we have known each other in a previous lifetime, and in that previous lifetime we were priestesses in a temple, and in that temple we had this rule, in order for us to have the powers that had those prophecies, clairvoyance, clairaudience, everything, we should not have been touched by a man, which means no chance of pregnancy, just this, you know. Anyway, that was few lifetimes ago. As you can understand, temples, priestesses, all that stuff. Anyway, fast forward to now. No, fast forward to now. My best friend has a son. He is my godson. And she keeps telling me she has been seeing something over his bed, trying to get him. So we were trying to figure out who it is. We figured out it was one of the priestesses from that time. And because he hasn't understood that it's 2022 and she's not a priestess yet, she thinks that she broke the law, so she's trying. Anyway, we're like, since we're both working with Mother Hecate, Hecate is the goddess of ghosts, the underworld, and witchcraft. She's not the queen of the underworld, but she's the goddess, like, I like to say, as the receptionist of the underworld. Now, I was like, maybe you should go Mother Hecate, she will know what to do with it. And she told to her, I can't help you with this. Because even though I'm also the goddess of time, it's gotta be Lucifer who's gotta take her there. So, point is that you gotta realize who it is, why it's there, who do you need to call upon. Another example, if that entity, if that spirit, right, it can be a good spirit that is just stuck, right? If that spirit is, let's say, Muslim, and you try to take it to the light with a Christian way, it will not go with the Christian way, because it's Muslim. Or the other way around, or whatever it is, whatever religion they might be at. So that's why I'm saying, you shouldn't be biased, for fuck's sake. You should not be biased, right? And that's something I've been saying with Amanda for like a long ass while, because it's not spreading false information, it's PUG, verified personal unverified gnosis. But you know, anyway, let us get more into it, see what's happening. Let's see.
Talk to dead people, which is fantastic because tonight we're staying overnight at the most famous U.S. unsolved murder mystery house, the Lizzie Borden House. Yeah! Woo! We're about to...
Now that you're saying that, I haven't seen Bailey's videos in a while. You know, Bailey's Harrying, it's murder, mystery, and makeup Mondays. She's not doing the intro.
Go through the entire house and do a whole like tour and everything like that. But in order to do this whole video justice, you guys got to realize how insane this story is. I think the best place to start would be Lizzie Borden's grave.
That's here?
A minute down the road.
All right, let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Oak Grove Cemetery.
Closed from dusk till dawn. All right, guys, we are in the graveyard right now. Totally forgot that it was super late already and that there's like 1,000 graves in here.
From dusk
And there's cops
fuck's sake, I can't fucking... I
can't
even talk and I tried to
I
sing.
think this is it right there. Yeah, she was buried next to her sister, and then there's AJ Borden. That's Andrew Borden, her parent. Alice was one of the sisters, and then there's Emma. And that's Lizzie's right there. We're about to go take a tour of the Lizzie Borden house, but before we do that, I'm just gonna give you the spark notes really quick. So basically, there was a Christian girl named Lizzie Borden living in her house with her sister. She had a stepmom and her father, and all of the entire family did not get along whatsoever. However, the parents were super rich, so of course, Lizzie was wondering where that inheritance would go to. Who's gonna get the money, pretty much.
She was very scared that the stepmom would actually end up getting that inheritance and all the property and everything like that, so she knew she had to do something about that. So allegedly, on August 4th, 1892, Lizzie Borden waited until her dad left the house, went upstairs, and killed her stepmom with an axe. Axed her 19 times in a very brutal murder, and then waited for her dad to get back and did the same thing to him.
The only other person at the house during the time of the murders was a maid named Bridget Sullivan, but they called her Margaret or Maggie. But for some reason in trial, she stuck up for Lizzie, and they ended up both getting off scot-free and living the rest of their lives. not having to go to jail whatsoever.
No consequences at all. This is still an unsolved mystery to this day, but there is a lot of evidence that shows why Lizzie Borden was in fact the person that killed her parents. And then what we're trying to figure out today is, why would Maggie, the maid, lie on the stand and basically vouch for Lizzie in these murders?
And more importantly, how did the cops not realize that it was Lizzie when honestly there was a lot of evidence where they could figure it out?
For example, a couple days before this happened, Lizzie told her friend that something was about to happen to her father, and she attempted to buy cyanide at a store.
There's another fact where literally it's rumored that Lizzie's dad killed her pigeons with a hatchet in her basement. And what murder weapon did Lizzie choose to murder them? Quote unquote, a hatchet.
Basically, all signs point to Lizzie as the murderer, but a lot of people don't talk about the maid, Maggie. So hopefully we can talk to the dead, get some answers, and figure out why this place is so haunted. Amanda, do you think you could, like, talk to these people?
Well, I mean, the whole reason that I'm here is because a lot of YouTubers use equipment like dowsing rods, things like that they say work. You guys took it one step further and found somebody who can actually communicate straight with the dead.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm super excited.
She came here on this trip without knowing anything. She specifically asked not to know the information. And when we first pulled up to do the intro, what did you see?
The woman came out to greet us. She called herself Margaret.
Oh!
And so I asked you guys, I was like, you guys know anything about a Margaret? Like, is that connected to this house?
Yeah.
And you go, no. And then we're at dinner and we find out the maid, Bridget, went by Margaret or Maggie.
Maggie.
The maid, the one who took care of the house, she saw walk out of the house already. Like, again, blows my mind to actually see dead people, but that was the first thing she saw without knowing any information about this place. Did you feel anything next to Lizzie's grave?
Everywhere I go, like grocery stores, doctor's offices, everyone living has dead people with them. Your loved ones are following you around. They're always with you. Graveyards, they're not sitting here waiting for you to come and visit their grave. They're out with their family members.
I wouldn't say so. If they're like around, means they didn't like properly pass on, which means there's gotta be a medium, you know, to pass them on. Because if they are like passed on the afterlife, they wouldn't be around you, you know. So I don't really agree with that. I've said that before. There's shadow people, shadow figures, entities, spirits that exist. That doesn't mean that every single one of us has a thing attached to them. Most of the times, I've said that before, things just are stuck on a loop. They don't know what's happening because they haven't been properly passed on. So just because you happen to see a shadow figure next to a person, that doesn't mean it's a friend or family member.
Margaret's through that window.
Wait, what? This one?
This purple one right here.
She's just staring at you?
No, she just walked that way. That would be rude. Staring's rude. She was standing there like she was waiting for us to come in.
What do they look like?
They look like living people.
Was it like a blurry sort of thing, or it's like a
No,
script
it's like
so you
for
see?
a second I thought that she was a real person. Living people feel different than dead people do.
Yeah.
So when I looked at her, I was like, oh, that's Margaret.
Alright, let's go in.
I think
People will not understand what's meant by that. Like, living people feel different than dead people do. When something has not been alive, when there is an entity that has never been alive, it feels different. You can see it different. Just like I was seeing that the Conjuring house, that thing, I knew that was never alive, right? But yeah, spirits, entities that were alive, they also seem different. And most of the shadow figures that I see were living people. Just thought I'd like point it out because they were like, what do you mean? If you say spirits, that means it's dead, but that's what she meant.
for the top floor too. Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, a creepy door.
Knocking in the wall already.
I just heard that. I I just heard that.
Already, shit happens when you bring people like me here. It's like a lighthouse.
That's the room of one of the murders right there.
Whose room is this? Lizzie's room.
This is Lizzie's room?
This is Lizzie's room. Is this the maid's room?
That's where we're about to go right now, upstairs.
Somebody used to, like, rooms were switched.
So we're going up to the attic right now.
Which is apparently the most haunted place.
And also...
Oh, I feel it in my head already.
Actually?
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
Pressure. There's a lot of regret in this room. That's the woman that I saw coming into the house that stepped outside.
That's Maggie,
Maggie.
who literally lied on the court stand to protect Lizzie, aka guilt.
I would like to keep going, but I can tell you Lizzie did not kill her parents.
Whoa, that is a big
That's crazy.
accusation. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
hear
this is an
anything,
official
so
tour?
I wouldn't
Official
know.
tour?
I can accuse or not.
Before we start, Jack, can you give a little introduction who you are?
I'm Jack Sheridan. Been here this 4th of July will be 11 years. I need a volunteer.
Wanna do it?
Yeah.
Shaw.
Okay.
Shaw.
Act like you're making the bed and do a good job. Don't disappoint us. Abby was up here making this bed, and they did have a housekeeper, Bridget Sullivan. They called her Maggie. They didn't actually trust Maggie enough to let her up into the 2nd floor. You're supposed to be making the bed.
I'm not getting paid enough.
Come on, Amanda, let's go.
Maggie isn't allowed in the 2nd floor, so this left bed making to the Borden women. Whoever kills Abby is gonna come up that front flight of stairs. There's no defensive wounds on her body whatsoever, which would lead us to believe she probably recognized her killer. She took 18 to 20 blows to her head, so her killer was undoubtedly angry.
Do you know what object was used for the murder?
More than likely an axe. They never proved it to be the weapon used. Why don't you come down here, Mrs. Borden? That first blow would have entered the side of her head and it would have spun her around so she's facing the wall. Then she probably fell to her knees. That was one blow, so we'll have another 17, 18 to go. She goes down like Joe Frazier and lights out for her. She would
Nice
be there
hoss.
for 60 to 90 minutes before Andrew returned and would die a similar fate. You were lovely, thank you very much.
Yeah, woo!
You can see her head is just demolished there. We were talking about John Morse on the wall. It kind of looks like the love child of Will Ferrell and Abe Lincoln.
Oh my god,
Right?
I love
Yeah, a
him.
little
It's an
bit.
Abe Lincoln, that's what I thought.
He showed up here August 3rd, and he spent the night before the murder in this room. He agreed to meet Andrew back here later in the day. On his way back, he took a trolley. On that brief trolley ride here, he did commit to memory the name of the 2 horses pulling the trolley and the name of all 6 passengers, because that's what you do when you get in the form of mass transit. You remember the name of 6 strangers and a couple horses, right? Does that make sense?
That's random.
He gets off the trolley in front of the house here, and he sees police everywhere, going in and out both the front and back door. You think he would have said, "My dear niece Lizzie, what happened? Is she okay?" He doesn't. He just kind of comes up the side of the house here, goes to a pear tree, pulls a few pears down and begins eating them until the Fall River police approach him, asking him who he is, what he's doing here. However,
Oh fuck.
there is about 90 minutes of this man's day that we just couldn't verify his whereabouts. Wasn't a big fan of Andrew. He felt his nieces should have been married off, they should have children, they should be enjoying electricity. Andrew wouldn't put electricity in the house. Andrew was a very wealthy man. In today's money, it'd be worth over $3 million. Lizzie's room was right through here.
Just to catch everybody up really quick, you said you saw a couple people before we even started filming this video. One was Maggie, Bridget Sullivan, but another
Maggie,
one.
step forward. So I was in the shower this morning. There was a woman in the bathroom with me. Her name was Addie. I don't want to do any research, so I was asking you, who's Addie?
Mhm.
Like, what does this mean for the case? It's Abby.
Abby.
You told me, and Abby was the stepmother. Here's the part where I don't understand. She told me that she ran. Also, before I ever came in the house and you guys came back, I was like, who's Margaret? Margaret said money wasn't worth it.
Money wasn't worth it, so she's guilty.
So now I'm wondering, because later you guys told me.
Okay. I'm not saying she's lying or whatever, but I'm just saying many times we'll hear stuff and then something similar is gonna come up and we're just like, oh, that's what that was. I heard it wrong. But just because it's similar doesn't mean it's the same. I've said that on a previous video and actually was brought up. Well, the previous video did not get uploaded, so if you want to see, I said that on the reaction to mediums on my Twitch. But you gotta trust yourself with that. it got brought up yesterday as well, that it's just me not really trusting my intuition, and I'm just like, whatever. So yeah, just because she had Addie and that is Abby, it could be, it could not. So I'm just saying, people will just take whatever resonates. You know how you've heard like on TikTok, like take whatever resonates, leave what doesn't. So basically, there could be a tarot reading saying, the person who loves you so much is gonna cheat on you and shit. And they're like, you know what, I only take what resonates, so I'm only taking that he fucking loves me. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this?
She lied on the stand. I believe the uncle killed her.
John Morris.
John Morris. I also wrote down more this morning.
Before she knew anything.
She didn't know
at
any
all.
names.
And so far, John Morris, the uncle, was very suspicious. She doesn't believe that Lizzie killed her parents, and then also saying that Margaret feels super guilty, and that the money that she might have been paid off to
Wasn't
lie on the
worth
stand
it.
wasn't worth it.
I
You felt
believe-
regret as soon as you went upstairs.
That's literally, and I didn't know it was Margaret's room, Maggie's room.
Oh
So
my God.
that's like why I believe that I'm kind of on the right track, and especially with more coming through. Morse. Sorry, I'm gonna say more because that's what I heard the first time, so that's what stuck in my head. So if I say more, it's John Morse, the uncle.
John Morris is the killer.
No doubt. And okay, here's the other thing that I've been waiting to ask him. I told you to literally write down what in the other room. Butcher knife. More butcher knife. I just can't shake this butcher knife thing out of my head.
Lizzie's bedroom.
You were right. She literally called it that this was Lizzie's bedroom without knowing.
This
Someone
was Emma's
walked
bedroom.
past.
It's more like they had one big room.
So behind
It was
Colby,
Lizzie's bedroom
just
without
whip.
knowing.
This was Emma's bedroom. It's more like they had one big room they shared. When they were younger, they were kind of flip-flop.
Like rooms were switched.
What's crazy is if the murderer was said to come up this staircase, you can literally see the dead body from the stairs. Like they could just look in and just already know that somebody was dead.
Meaning, anyone were to come up these stairs during the murder happening, they would have seen it.
Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying.
This is the room where Lizzie was actually arrested. If you look up there on the wall, you see a picture of Lizzie's jury. They're all male. They're all Caucasian. Women weren't allowed to sit in juries then. Women were treated awfully. Actually, I'm fairly certain if I were a woman in the 19th century that I would have killed every man I met.
I already want to do that.
Yeah. I can't blame you at all. I just hope I'm not one of them. But at any event, her jury, they sat for that photograph, framed it, and all 12 of them signed the back of it and gave it to her as a gift.
What?
Why?
Yeah, that really says a lot, doesn't it?
Why do you think they would have done that?
I don't know. I think it was, don't forget us, maybe.
We did you a favor
Like
type of thing?
Yeah, there was some racial animosity in this trial. Lizzie was an English Protestant woman. 11 Arabic jurors were English Protestant. The police that arrested her were Irish Catholic. History of the Irish and the English is,
Wow.
it was
Yeah.
certainly an issue in the case. When you had a gathering, someone would sing, someone would play a piano. It was rather pleasant, but you can see the name of the song. You can't chop off your papa in Massachusetts, and it's a real song.
No way.
And yeah, absolutely. Dining room is right through here. That is Abby's head. They removed her hair. They counted 18 to 20 blows. I mean,
Fucking hell.
that's not really an act of violence.
No way.
That's Andrew. They kind of focus on that with your eyes for a minute to really make sense of it, but you can see the couch. Let's go out there and we talk about Andrew's
wow.
death a little bit.
She's sitting
It's
right
here,
there.
right? Yeah. You want to hold that axe up? Hold it right above her head.
Okay.
Now
Slowly.
with one hand, just bring it down. It's not real. Do it like you mean it. Yeah, there you go. Like, that's gonna pull blood, brain, bone,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a hot mess, right? You guys want to go up to the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Dude, I don't know about you, but every single person sounds fishy as hell. Bridget Sullivan Maggie is doing the windows while this all happens and the doors are magically locked. Lizzie apparently just couldn't hear anything, like couldn't hear any murders happening. It's like everybody has something, a part of this story that we've heard that just doesn't.
So far, it just feels like one of those games, like solve the mystery. Interesting. But so far it's so good. I've only seen like one spirit just walking by.
Add up.
The uncle sounds suspicious. Definitely Bridget Sullivan would have known this would happen. No wonder it got acquitted, because there's so many stories. Also, Bridget and Lizzie, obviously, from what he said, took a very, very long time to actually report this to the police.
And why did it take the cops so long to show up?
2 days for them to actually go in and like investigate everything.
Does that mean the bodies were left here for that long?
I think they got the bodies like that day, but like they didn't do a whole investigation until the 6th.
It makes no sense to me, man.
The mystery of Bridget Maggie Sullivan.
We are in the attic, which looked nothing like this when the Bordens lived here. That was Bridget Sullivan's room. With that door closed, you can imagine how cold it got in the winters and how hot it got in the summers. I'm just gonna have a seat because I'm old and overweight.
During the trial, Maggie stood up for
Yeah,
Lizzie.
she testified to Lizzie's innocence. 10 years later, she is discovered in the great state of Montana. She bought a ranch. She bought a ranch and filled it up with horses. This woman is an Irish immigrant, a housekeeper by trade who can't even read. Where did she get that money?
Bridget Sullivan, Maggie, was paid off. There was a lot of money involved with this Borden family, obviously. Biggest culprits right now are John Morse, Lizzie Borden, and or Bridget Sullivan, Maggie herself, because she felt so like regretful and was like lied and always changed her stories like on the stands and on the trials. Like everybody here is agreeing that she was probably paid off. It doesn't make any sense. And again, she was around the house like when these happened. Like, there's so many things that is like, she knew that they were gonna die that night.
So what is this, the kids' room, you said?
We call it the kids' room, yeah. People flee this house in the middle of the night, which actually happens a lot.
No.
Have you ever heard any stories? Like,
Oh,
did they tell you?
from being touched, having blankets ripped off of them.
Oh my God.
It's this room and the room Abby was murdered in that really seem to be the rooms that send people packing late at night.
That's great.
So is your room, Kat?
No, I'm not sleeping in this room.
This is where everybody seems to think those children are residing, whether it's children jumping on a bed or pulling someone's blankets off or playing with toys in the middle of the night.
I just want to play.
Moving at night. I mean,
That's great.
yeah.
I don't want to be laying here and then feel like somebody
Oh, right.
brush up. You know what I mean? They
That
were
would freak
people
me
at
out.
one point.
There's nothing wrong with being dead. All of us, when we least expect it, are gonna die. We come into this world screaming, and most of us go out screaming, right?
Yeah.
Death isn't easy.
Oh, okay.
He does have a point.
Crazy quote
This
right
is
there.
morbid.
On that happy note, should we continue our tour?
Do you think Abby went out screaming too?
Abby lost consciousness immediately. The
See,
room
that's
was
the
destroyed.
Contradicted everything that was just said.
Okay, so Jack, our guy, just talked to us about this room, which is one of the most haunted and crazy rooms. A lot of people run out of this room screaming at night and can't stay the night because of this room. It's because the Bordens apparently had like cousins. All the kid cousins were murdered by the parents. This is one of the rooms that we have rented out, and we get
That's
to see him,
sad.
and he literally said, like, yeah, it's the most crazy.
Why does all the Borden family like have murders in their like history?
Like so many Borden people. I thought it was just like the one thing. So many people have like murder in their history. Guys, we're going to the basement.
Wait, what?
Fun with the demon? She said have fun with the demon. A lot of guests do not actually get to come down here. This is where the murder weapon was stowed.
This is a cistern. This is a lot like the cistern that that woman next door drowned her children in, right?
Oh.
If you look up there, you'll see that pipe with those gruesome stains coming out of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
disgusting.
right. That's 19th century rainwater. If you hold your camera up, right, and you take a picture with
That
flash
is-
on, sometimes people will see a face on the wall looking back at them.
Huh.
Nose,
wait.
mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it does.
Totally.
I see that.
I was about to say I saw that as well.
It surprises
Lizzie.
me that they would put
Huh.
the murder weapon in the house still.
But the blade was found there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was found here.
That's what's so odd to me.
I think time was of an issue. Lizzie's best friend, Alice Russell, walks into the kitchen and she sees Emma standing in the kitchen and she sees Lizzie go into the closet there. Lizzie pulls out a blue dress that has dark stains on it. She says, I am never wearing this again. And Emma says, Yeah, just get rid of it. So she puts it in the stove and burns it. Alice sees this, and her first reaction is pretty much OMG. She goes to the police and proceeds to throw Lizzie under the bus.
So dark
Snitches
stains,
get stitches, right?
big blood stain
Yeah.
on her
Lizzie's
dress.
obviously never talking to this witch again.
Where was the fire? Super importante. That was when I came into your guys' room at 1:30 to check out. I read you my notes and I said, where was the fire in the Lizzie Borden house? That's very important.
Fast forward to the trial. The woman who made the dress, she says that Lizzie was wearing the dress in question the day Andrew had the house painted dark green. After the trial, she did buy that seamstress a house. It was nice, right? And people just buy you a house.
No.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Drive it all.
Weird.
A lot of people feel really frightened here, and I did have one instance. I was up in Bridget Sullivan's room, and I had a larger tour.
She's very
and
cute.
I heard, like, laughter from, like, a little guy, you know, boy, girl, you couldn't tell.
There's someone here. I can't tell if it's Bridget or Lizzie. Because it's like very dark. It's either Bridget or Lizzie, like looking at them. They're like, hands are like, you know, that's just looking like, you know how you like up and you just put your hands like here, it's like seeing. Yeah, that's how they are, but like they're standing up obviously. But I can't tell which one it is.
In age 5 or under. I ended my tour in this room, took a look at my crowd, and went, okay, no youngsters in here. And so that was the only experience I had that I can't entirely rationalize.
And you guys have just like a real hatchet here for any specific reason,
Oh, yeah,
or?
we do. I brought that.
Yeah, just
Like
random.
stuttering.
That's it.
Well, pick it back up. That's what I want everybody to do. I want you to pick it up, feel the weight of it,
Yeah.
and see how easy it would be, you know, to inflict that type of damage.
5-year-old could
I've
kill
heard
someone with it.
So many people
Right.
tell me that women just aren't strong enough to inflict that kind of damage. And I think
You wanna try it?
Oh,
when
you-
you pick it up, you can see just how easy it would be to just pulverize someone's skull with that.
Why do you think Maggie would have lied on the stand for Lizzie other than just the money? Or do you think that's
Is that
the one?
enough?
That's it.
Is that
Yeah.
the main reason?
I mean, what's the #1 motivating factor for murder in every first world nation dating back to the Roman Empire?
Money.
Power and money.
Money.
Money. Yeah.
Cool. I think we're gonna start this investigation then.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This whole house.
My pleasure.
Investigation of Lizzie Borden House. I was going to toy chest as we set up.
I'm just kidding. I was looking at something. What are you looking at? Are the kids over here? There's one that sits behind the chest. That's the little boy. So the reason I wanted to come in here is because who doesn't prefer children to adults? They're just much kinder. They're much more for their souls. These kids, they've
Depends.
never known love. They've never known kindness. They've never had friends. I'm not going to talk to you guys. I'm going to talk to the kids directly. I want you guys to know that we're friends. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to bother you. We're just here to communicate with you. You have all of these toys in this room.
Cole's
This
like-
is one of our own toys, so feel free to mess with it. I brought you in the doll from the other room, the bear that you wanted. We might walk around the room. If I see you in a specific corner, like you guys are sitting in the chair over there, you don't have to come out from behind the chest and take it.
Aww.
We're here with love and light. We hope that you feel the same thing.
Oh, he just fucking fell. That's what my fucking hair does now. It just keeps falling. That's what hair does. Especially when it's healthy, like now. My hair is healthy again. C is a psychic. I'm not saying she's not a psychic. Replying to Adam, by the way. That's what we call gravity. Yes, thank you, Adam. Ghost playing with my hair. Oh my god. And I've got like the fan in the background, but you can't see the fan in the background. You can't hear the fan in the background, so it's a ghost playing with my hair. Blowing fucking away. Now, come on. she's a psychic, but there are some things she says that are a bit. Also, she's too biased on Christianity. And when you're a medium, she also says it's a psychic medium. You gotta be unbiased, basically.
You make them a little bit nervous.
I do?
Yeah, you
Is it
do.
because of my dashing good look?
It's all your cats, dude.
I know that your mom doesn't treat you the best, but I can see that you take good care of your sister. We're looking out for each other. We want to be here for each other. We want to be
He's
here for
good.
you. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
Just a little knock, because they often knock.
I didn't
with
hear
little
it.
taps. I'm gonna put it back under because I know you're under there. Please don't freak out or be scared. None of this is harmful. None of it's gonna hurt you. 1.4, 1.8. Bro, you can't go all the way back. My arms are not that long. He loves this teddy bear that I brought in. It keeps going up to like the 1 point somethings. That's staying at 0.2.
Oh,
Standing
I just saw the
behind
little
it.
boy. He was just behind. He just like 15, like put 15 cent in, like here, like what? He's got like black hair. I'm not sure if it's exactly black or like very very dark brown. And it's just like he's got big eyes. Big eyes, but not the creepy big eyes. But his like hair is like basically like strands like going down. Like a fringe that you put too much wax on the fringe. He looks like he's very pale. Did they say they drowned? They drowned them, so that would make sense. Because it's very pale and the way it is, you know, I said wax, but it does look like it's wet. It has that wet look.
You see it shoot up to 1.2 when I put it up.
Do you think he wants to play with the ball? Like if Kobe does it?
Colby's gonna roll the ball to you. Gently.
Gently.
Not so
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it gently. Ready? Here we go. Whoop!
He's cute.
Yahoo!
It went up to 0.7 when it passed through.
He did.
Wow.
Can you send it back?
Oh my god!
Ball's moving. The ball's just moved.
Did you see that?
No?
It's still moving.
Can you try sending it back again?
Here, Eliza, I will move this.
He likes the colors.
Okay, fuck, dude. I didn't
He likes the
know.
colors.
1.5.
Wait, ask him to move it again.
Okay. Eliza, are you able to hit the ball back to our friend Colby?
You got it, Eliza.
Kind of like a game. He's all nervous. You guys are putting so much.
So much pressure on him. He's shy. Leave him alone.
All right, Eliza.
I had a
send it
giggle.
back.
I had a giggle.
Eliza, can you send it back to me?
Also, I want to get my tattoo touched up, so if you see me just going over the tattoos because of that, it's like some parts didn't heal properly. Oh fuck! So I want to get them touched up, so that's gotta heal before I go to Greece, which is by this time I would be already in Greece by next week.
Are any of them like talking to you, or is it more like you're just asking questions?
No, he's nervous. I'm talking to him. He does sometimes. Like he pointed to Kat when I was gonna pass it to Colby.
Doesn't like.
Can you send it back to me?
Went up to the 80s. He's under the bed. Eliza, 105, 123, 133, 120, 109, 138. I'm gonna bring it
It's
out.
not
and
the
it's gonna
same.
calm down because he's not under there.
He's all the same. It's another boy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
It wasn't
What
Elijah.
do you think about that, dude?
I have no
He's
idea.
still under there. Alright, Eliza, we're gonna do it one more time just because people are skeptical and we know that you're there. So with my energy, like if this is what it's picking up on is like me, I don't go above 26, 27. Hundreds.
back out.
Nothing above the 20s with me. Well, Eliza, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for playing with us.
I don't know if it was like a specific spot underneath this, like that was just like slightly scented. I definitely moved like a foot or two
Right when
underneath
I said,
there.
Eliza, can you send it back?
Yeah, boom.
That's when it went back.
Yep.
It stopped. Like, it was stopped for like 10 seconds.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, is like it didn't go and then roll back. It stops and then roll the other direction.
Also, it went like that way. Like,
Yeah.
and
That
then
way.
back. So, like, it didn't go like this way, which is where I feel like it's slanted. I think it
Yeah,
went, like,
true.
the opposite direction.
Communicate with
This is
Andrew
where
Borden.
his head was beaten.
Yeah.
Let me take it away.
Oh my god!
That's sick. Oh my god.
It's going all the way up to 8.5. Can't see it on camera.
That's like right where he laid.
That's where his head was, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I stopped it.
Oh, 90s?
Why would it be doing that?
Because he's moving away from me.
Oh, he
That's
was.
why I'm following him.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Holy shit!
Is that her first
where's
video
he
with
going?
them?
Where's he
Because
trying
it's
to go?
going a bit too extreme.
What the fuck?
Dude, what?
Why is he up there?
Because he hates me.
He
Doesn't
hates
like you? He hates that I can see him. Wanna see it get worse?
It's
Yeah.
going down now that you've been up
Oh,
there.
don't worry.
Oh my god.
Worse!
My god. Next to me,
Zero. It says zero.
Watch
no
this.
energy.
So is he here anymore though?
No, he's getting as far away from me as he possibly can.
Oh, it's way less.
Way
yeah.
less.
And one last
It
time.
was 70 right there.
There must be something up to.
Because I don't think he can leave this room.
Oh my god. We're not here to like prove anything.
But
or
there might
debunk
be
anything. We're
something
just,
up
like,
top
capturing
though that could
our
just
own experiences. So
like
if you guys have any opinions,
electromagnetic.
Explanations on why it would only do this in certain places.
So
right
what's
now,
over
he's
here?
over here, behind you. So here, well, let me put it on you. Let me put it on you.
He's inside of
So that's your energy. His energy starts levitating. Just went up to 127.
If we don't know if the equipment really does anything, we just do this the old-fashioned way. Call out, see if we can communicate in any way.
Let's try it.
He's
do it.
obviously here. Why not try to talk to him?
So this is exactly the spot where he got hacked by who knows what, but
I wouldn't like to sit on it.
Mr. Andrew Borden, if there's
To be honest.
absolutely anything you'd love to tell us, we just want to capture your message and show it to the world. So please, if there's anything you want to tell us, please go through.
He's
the
crying.
Let us know.
He's crying. I hear him crying. Because he saw the fucking picture of his,
Does anyone have their
basically
phone?
his wife it was, wasn't
When
it?
you look up if there was, I know that none of them were killed by poison.
oh my god, yeah, there's a rumor where the parents thought that Lizzie tried to poison them.
So the first thing I wrote down was he knew them, and like now that I'm saying that out loud, I realize that them is a plural.
So it was a plan.
And then the second thing was poison, and he said something more before that, but I wasn't able to make out what came before poison.
It says, before the murders, the entire house had fallen ill. Spoiled mutton was the official cause, but Abby suspected that they had all been poisoned. Can you give us some sort of sign if you were poisoned? Make some sort of noise?
I was feeling that as well, the nodding.
Why?
I don't know. It made like a really like long thing like that. When I communicate with spirits, if I'm not able to hear them directly, sometimes they make me feel how they felt when they died. Which is, to be honest, the worst part about what I do. I've come across a man who had metal go through his skull, and I had the most splitting headache. But that's something that spirits do, whether or not you can see and speak to them directly, to let you know their story.
Mr. Borden, we know you took Lizzie's pigeons and killed them with a hatchet. What was that all about?
It's because they were vermin.
Vermin, wild animals that are harmful or that carry disease, rodents and pests.
Andrew, is there a reason that you stay here?
See, I can't trust what they say like over this type of shit. It's an old house. All houses have dust and dust particles. So, yeah, so basically that's just what they say, Torbs.
If there's any last things you want to tell us, anything you want to tell the world, anything you want to get off your chest about the case and or about your life, now is your last and final chance, for us at least.
He just doesn't want people in his house. He doesn't trust them.
Was that it? That was the last thing he said? He just wanted us to leave?
Out. And like, I kind of ignored it because
It must have been her first
Obviously, you
video
saw
with
that
them.
we went upstairs, we explored, and did a little seance thing with the kids upstairs, and then we tried to ask some questions to Mr. Andrew Borden here, but he told us to leave, get out. Kat kind of felt sick in here, so I think we're going to move on and try to find Miss Margaret Maggie herself, because I think she's the one that wants to reach out the most here, because she feels the most regret.
she's in the dining room where the light just turned on.
The light just turned on?
The light just turned up.
Just turned on.
Maggie, we're coming in if you want to talk.
We're
Is she
coming
here with us right now?
in.
Can you see her?
No, right now I can just feel it. Will you please come sit down in front of the ironing board with us? We'd love to have a conversation, sit down and talk to you. We know that you don't get to tell your story now, so if you want to share with us, now's your opportunity. Make it go up
I feel like
for
she's scared.
yes and down for no. I'm hoping that you can get it above 5 for us, but we'll see what you're capable of. I think the question that everyone wants to know, so I'm hitting with a hard one to begin, is did you have any involvement or knowledge in the death of Andrew and I always wanted to say Addie, even though I know it's not right.
Was it you that
Let's
turned
hear
this
it,
light on
don't.
in here? You make some sort of noise?
Don't ask.
Anything you want to tell us, or if you want to show yourself, please give us any sound or sign. Use this device. So show yourself.
Is there anybody in here? that
She's
wants
in the
to
room.
us?
She's in the room. Like at some point she's like looking at them. But she's also looking at the skulls in the thingy. So she acknowledges them. Just like looking at them, looking at the skulls, and that's it.
There's something else in here right now. It's not a person.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a good thing. Every spirit in the house is scared of the children.
Where'd this come from?
Did I say she looked scared? She felt scared.
Now that's what I'm wondering, if it wasn't Margaret who turned on the light, it was something else that wanted us to come in and sit down. The thing that makes me nervous about it is
Anything out there that wants to talk to
Don't.
us?
not everything in the house right now is done. Like,
Done?
except for this thing. We should stop.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we're done.
Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad.
Like in this room bad, or like just in for the night bad?
We should stop.
What's it saying? Can you tell us anything?
Like, I've talked to you guys about how there are things that come through who can physically touch us, that can physically touch us. Like, this is the shit that we don't mess with. This is the shit that you don't acknowledge. Don't talk to it. Don't act like it's there.
Can you describe what it looks like?
I'm describing tomorrow what it looks like, but we're not talking about it right now.
What'd you write down?
What the fuck? Oh
What was
my
that?
god. The camera battery.
That was fully charged. It said forget God, you're on your own.
Oh my god, no, I have cross on.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I have power over this thing, it has no power over us. Don't be scared. You're stronger than this thing is. It can't touch you unless you let it touch you.
I just got really lightheaded. That's great.
You need to leave.
Oh my god.
Out.
She saw something.
Out.
You ran up to Abby's room?
That's where I ran. I didn't even think about this being Abby's room, but it left.
It's gone now?
It's gone. It's out.
Why would it just come up here and then leave?
So it was in the dining room and then it just ran up the stairs and then dipped out the windows? Or?
I chased it. That's what I mean when I say that you can't let these things fuck with you. We are the ones in power. Another question people ask me a lot is if I have physical reactions to when spirits come around.
Mm-hmm.
My heart rate normally sits around 50. Right now it's at 102.
102.
Imagine your heart rate. That could never be. Imagine your heart rate being to 50. My normal heart rate is at least 90.
Oh shit.
I felt really lightheaded.
Are you comfortable to describe it now that's gone?
I was standing in the corner, up in a corner. Do you remember how I was getting up into the corner with the door? Its limbs are long, has no hands or fingers, it's just sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Its face is completely distorted, its neck is long, and it sits up in the corner of rooms or down low where you can see it, kind of just up against the wall, and its head was tilted like this, watching all of us.
Holy shit. It's almost
I did not
Slenderman
see it,
sort of,
but
creature.
I guess, yes.
Yeah.
We're not as tall.
Oh my
So
God.
forget God. So there's nothing, you're on your own. There's always a spiritual war going on. No matter what religion you believe. Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, Catholics, Jews. There is a spiritual war going on 24/7 between good and evil. Sometimes the evil kicks ass. Sometimes you gotta kick it back.
Are there any other spirits here
Okay.
now? I know they went away after that, but
They haven't come back yet.
It was a different context on how she said it. But it's not wrong. There's always, because most of the evil, it's man-made. Man thinks because there's light there is dark, so that must mean that if something's good, something must be bad. But it's not entirely true. The devil, Satan, whatever it is, Satan exists, right? But I'm just gonna say with the Christian way, because obviously it was brought up a Christian, they are they're finding a scapegoat. They're oh my God, I got possessed, the evil got into me, you should forgive me for doing all these bad things. But that's not really the case. And I'm not saying that they're not evil entities. I've said that millions of times. I said that there is evil demons. I said that there is evil angels. There is evil deities. I'm not saying they do not exist, but I'm saying the way it's been known to people, and I feel the way she's saying it is the way people know it as the good and the bad, the yin and the yang, the God and devil, it's not that black and white, basically. Properly. Fuck. Gotta get used to my hair. It's just going everywhere. The devil doesn't bargain. He'll only break your heart again.
This is where they reside. This is their home. I know that thing doesn't stay here. I know it was here because of what we were doing, and not that we invited anything in, but that's what I mean, where even if you're not doing a seance, even if you're not playing with Ouija boards, things can come in and affect you, and that's why
Things can come in and affect you if you haven't done the proper protection work. Have you done protection work? That's why it came around. If it wasn't a part of it, then you haven't done proper protection and warding work. Congratulations. seriously, things cannot come in around if you're properly protected. Like, obviously you can't know what they've done, like, behind the camera, right? Fine, I get that. But things like that, especially when you're a psychic, especially when you're a medium. Okay, be fucking selfish, just think of yourself. You still have to protect yourself. And I think I've said that before, again with her. Now you're gonna say, oh, what about your best friends? It's also a witch. That's because she didn't know that thing has been following her for lifetimes. Okay? And we're calling upon Lucifer and we're doing a whole lot of hoarding, protection and banishing shit. I don't give a fuck. See, that fucking thing is staying away from my godson.
Someone who's able to tell the difference between good and bad.
Kind of sounds exactly like her Queen Mary experience.
I
I want you to believe there's no God.
Like I said, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because God is the, like, as powerful as, like, we are.
Touch that?
No, I had my hand here.
See how sad. Biased. And again, I'm gonna say it's fine. You believe whatever you want to believe. But you're using the Christian theology God. Now, if someone, Jew, Muslim, pagan, well, pagans use many different gods. So they're out of the question because I'm a pagan. Anyway. Biased. God is more powerful than everything. He might be like the most powerful out of like Christian theology. But occurred. You say what you say. Oh yes, I know the song. It's all over my fucking TikTok. I'm on trauma talk. Of course I know the song.
Tara. Bruh.
That just went off.
That just went fuck off.
Did it die?
Did it die?
Might have, but I wasn't.
Sure not.
This camera is brand new. Should have a better battery life.
Apparently I've
Yeah.
heard that she's taunting. Amanda is taunting the thing.
explored yet? Lizzie Borden's house after she got free.
Maplecroft.
What if we go and explore that real quick, wait for the spirits to get back and comfortable now that the evil thing is gone, and then we come back and see if we can talk to Maggie one more time?
Most spirits don't want to come back to a bad time in their life, so Lizzie Borden, knowing that this house was basically a prison for her, obviously wouldn't be here. We haven't gotten in contact with her, and she lives right up the road.
Well, let's have a look. Only 1 mile away.
So weird how she lives so close to where she murdered her parents.
Yeah, why would you want to stay?
Like 4-minute drive, and we're about to get up to her newest house. Like, why would you want to live here?
She did murder them for money, you know what I mean? So how close
Yeah.
could they have been? Pretty much she got her goal and she got to move to the part of town that she wanted to live in.
If the entire town ostracized you and thought you were like a horrible person for it,
Why would you stay in
why would you
town?
want to stay?
And wouldn't you be kind of traumatized until I know that you committed a murder right literal 1 mile away?
I mean,
where you-
even if you didn't commit the murder in the end and it was like your parents getting murdered, again, wouldn't you be traumatized?
living the rest of your life.
Definitely looks a little bit nicer than the other estate. I'm honestly thinking that like John, Morse, and Lizzie didn't give a fuck, but Maggie was the only one that really felt bad for her.
Well, even when I walked into her room before I knew which room it was, I said she just has the most remorse, the most amount of guilt over anything. So clearly, she had a conscience.
One thing that also makes you know that she regretted it is she tried to like peace out as far away as possible. Everyone else stayed in this area. She legit got away with murder.
She did.
That's crazy.
I don't feel anything in this house.
shows you that like there's like places that are literally like completely free of spirits.
Where is Lizzie? Did she pass on, you know?
Well, okay, this is what I would say. If you guys don't think Lizzie is here, it is 3 a.m. Holy shit, I did that perfectly. It's 3 a.m. on the dot. We gave some time for the spirits to come back to the house. What do you guys say we go back and do one more little seance in the basement? Because we've talked about that, hyped it up. I think it'd be fun just to go down there. We don't have to stay it for long.
Did feel the creepiest.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was the gnarliest room in the entire house.
I think it'd be awesome, and it'd be cool to see if we can finally talk to Maggie, because we were so close with her.
There's no way there'd be any electrical energy on a freak.
Well, look at this.
Oh my god, yeah, just like right around here.
Middle of where we're sitting.
Perfect. Alright, now we know.
I hate it here.
Why?
I just feel so
You said that too.
uncomfortable.
You said that too. What's down here that's so different?
Just like makes me feel uncomfortable.
I also hate it down here. I can feel somebody standing behind me.
I know. I literally was
That's what
thinking
I was
that. I was
about to
just
say.
thinking that, and I
Whoa.
cannot. I hate it. It
You
freaks me
need to
out.
chillax.
It
When-
freaks me out, dude.
You just wanted to note that when you said something moved to behind you, this went half. It was at 30 and now it's at 18. This is where the alleged murderer hid the murder weapon, which we think is an axe head that was recently broken.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
I did hear creaking, but
Out.
It's not creepy.
Like it was like twisted.
It was moving.
These spirits down here that want to communicate with us, it's our last chance, or your last chance to talk to us. You can talk to us through our device right here, or make a noise, make yourself known in any way you can. We're not here to hurt you, we're not here to scare you at all. We just want to know that you guys can talk to us. So give us a sign if you're here.
I would say if they move, then fine, but it is shaking on its own.
Same thing. But like, the camera looks like it's moving back and forth. Maybe I'm Maggie, Lizzie, Andrew, they're not down here. So what is?
Something negative.
That was like an inhale.
It's like a drop of water.
Is there any other sign that you can give us?
Something negative.
Oh yeah, it was a drop.
It's like a drop of water.
Is there any other sign that you can give us?
It's
You wanna
an
talk
old
to us?
house there. Fucking water is gonna drop. They're enjoying it.
Who are you?
We're not welcome down here.
Yeah, my heart's starting to like pick up for no reason.
I'm getting heart
Are you?
palpitations.
Yeah, same.
I was like, ooh.
What? Everybody.
The blood of Jesus Christ covers us. We are holy. You are not welcome to come with us. You are not welcome to come near us.
So if anyone said that in any other religion, no, I'm not saying anything, but if someone said the blood of Allah covers us, they would be like, what the fuck is she talking about? And they would be like, do you understand why I'm saying this is biased? And why I don't like it when people are so biased, especially to medium work. If it's Maggie, Margaret, the maid, right? Okay, fine, around that time they would be Christian. And the area and shit, fine. But like, what if she wasn't? What if, unfortunately, she was indigenous or a woman of color? What if they didn't believe in the Christian God? Just would be like, they're not really here to help me, are you? The blood of Jesus covers us. Oh my God. Do you realize how wrong that sounds? It's like we're saying the blood of Lilith covers me. You know, like The Witcher, episode 1, season 1? Lilith's fucking daughters. The blood of Lilith covers me. I am protected. The blood of Hades covers me. The blood of Loki covers me. Come the fuck on. Ah.
You cannot communicate with us anymore, ever again. You're not allowed to acknowledge us. You're not allowed to talk to us. Do not come near us.
Demon, you don't know what the fuck it is.
No, leave.
You have to leave?
Did it get darker in here, or am I?
That's what I thought.
Okay, I was gonna say it got
Oh
like,
wait, it did.
yeah, it got really dark in
I
here.
think that turned off.
We should leave.
We have to?
This could be the best part.
Here's the thing. I totally understand that what you guys do is your job, but you guys are messing with something that's bigger than yourselves. If you want to do it for views, I respect that. For me, I live with this on a daily basis. You're not.
There's no way she's been saying the same shit over and over in every shit that they're going to. This is bigger than us. This is bigger than us. I don't want to deal with it. You see that things I react to them like there's nothing, and I actually like tell you guys to suggest me like interesting stuff because I say shit. There's nothing. There's no way. Every time they're going somewhere, sees something, and it's always bad. No. I don't know. I like her, but I don't. I don't know.
Gonna get anything beneficial. It's not gonna give you that.
You know what it is?
Yes.
And it's here.
Yes.
Did it leave when you told it?
Yo,
No.
there's a fucking. Did you? A fucking
happened?
shadow just went. See the.
There's no way.
Did it leave when you told it?
Yo,
But I didn't see it.
there's a fucking. Did you? A fucking shadow just went. See this like window right here? A fucking shadow just went like that. Boom.
Window.
You see that to the other room over there, where we were standing and talking. Boom. It went. Like right when you said that.
That no,
Holy
wait.
shit.
That is where the creeks were. Stas was literally just talking about the face over there.
Yeah.
I want us to go see this right now.
Yeah, it was.
I was shaking too. I was like, watching forward.
Is that where
Yeah.
you thought you saw it?
That's why I said we need to leave. Tell you I had physical reactions. We need to get the fuck out.
153.
Oh my fucking
Yeah,
god.
that's what I'm saying. My heart's beating really fast too.
I just got chills.
Ready to go now.
I see it too. Sam out.
Okay.
I don't know where my phone is.
Get out of here.
I-
Hold my phone down.
Fuck that. Yeah, no.
What did you see?
See how you can see the light from this room barely? From the red, I know like our light is on, but you can barely see like another light's on in there.
Yeah.
The entire light disappeared. And, like just like a giant, like big object moved across it and just completely blocked like
Because I literally, like, I thought it looked like this, like light going back, like behind you like this.
Yeah.
But there was something behind you too.
Before that happened, I still feel it now, but my heart's like racing, and that is a rare thing for me to like get. Like
Yeah.
anxiety over something like this, but like I just started feeling nervous. As we stood up, she was just like, "It is over there."
Oh, fuck.
I told you guys like 30 seconds before. Hey, we're done. And then we wait 30 more seconds and shit hits the fan.
It's crazy that you
With us,
get to
I
see
guess.
it though.
I
That's the coolest part.
rarely see anything. Like
Yeah.
when we do these adventures, it's like we usually just like hear stuff, or sometimes like we've had things fall over and stuff like that. But like actually seeing like a shadow person or figure, That was
That's
crazy.
terrifying.
The fact that everyone's heart started racing
Literally.
At the same time,
And
too.
then,
Yeah.
and then chills everywhere, and then her heart is like 160 beats per minute. You think it was the same thing here in this room, in the dining room, as it was downstairs, or different
It
things?
was different. This one was harder.
And as we closed our eyes, that's when the lights descended.
I bet that's on the camera, like super creepily.
None of us were touching the camera.
Yeah.
Out. Oh my god.
Holy fucking shit! You heard that, right?
Yes.
That was not any of us.
Was that in the dining room?
Out.
We just referenced that shit.
That's what they were on about.
Do you see this? Like the green, if this was us that like turned it on, it would have been a motion sensor right
We
here.
walked this way and turned green, but then it turned green.
So it
Like
would have
literally
had to have been someone in there.
Something in there.
Something was in there.
Earlier?
Yeah.
She's in the dining room where the light just turned on.
The light just turned on?
The light just turned up.
Just
Oh.
turned on.
You have to be that far in for it to go off. So that means
Wait, wasn't that where I saw her earlier?
100%
standing?
something in here.
In here walking around.
100%. I was like shocked that that green light thing.
That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
there's just no denying it.
Because like
flat
you would
out.
have had to, I was 3 feet in there before it turned on. So that means something would have had to been in there to turn on the
And
green light.
I walked past here, and I was like, oh, it's dark. And then walked past there, it was like,
Light.
it turned on, and you were
Yeah,
just like, oh.
I was like, I didn't go in there.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
There must have been something in the dining room. Yes. Why did I have to
Alright
make
guys,
it
as you
creepy?
can see, the sun is rising. It's what, like 5 a.m. right now?
4:52 a.m. My little thing literally says sleep well because we're supposed to be sleeping.
Oh my
5
god.
a.m. This is one of the latest investigations we've ever done.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna try to still get some sleep here, but just wanted to show them.
We survived the night.
We survived the night. We stayed all night.
See if we can sleep.
We made overnight. But after some more research, I was about to finish it, okay. We came to our conclusion of
Yesterday, you kept bringing up that there was like a butcher's knife, but we couldn't figure out what it meant. And then we found out something today. What'd you find out?
It's literally been driving me insane. Even today, I just haven't been able to get it out of my head, so I Googled it. This is the first thing that pops up. Massachusetts author may crack Lizzie Borden murder case. And the most interesting note, Morse was also a butcher. Morse is the uncle who I was saying the entire time I believe he's who killed him. And Little, who's the author, believes he used a meat cleaver to kill the Bordens.
And again, before we even got to the place, you said that like Abby found you beforehand
Yeah.
and said that it was more, or she said the word Morse.
I guess that they really have no idea. The mystery
Yeah.
surrounding this is so crazy.
Exactly. I mean, if there was only Lizzie, the maid, and John Morse.
to be honest, I do feel was like over, what's the word? People are saying too much about what it wasn't like basically shit. And they made it worse for themselves. Obviously getting scared with the smallest thing. I couldn't see what Colby saw. So I can't say anything, but there wasn't really much. Again, there wasn't much at the Lizzie Borden. Is there another house they've gone to with Amanda? Because there's something I remember like briefly, but I cannot remember exactly what it was. So do comment down below if there's like another house they've gone to with Amanda. But it does not sit right with me that everywhere they go there's something evil and we should go, and I'm not dealing with this. Yeah, it sounds like a bit of bullshit to me. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Next video, we're gonna be reacting on a reaction on the Lizzie Borden House from the two psychics mediums. So stay tuned for that. Do not be stupid. See you next week. Well, the people